Here's the truth. Most tasks I used to spend time on were insignificant. As soon as I changed these 4 things, it completely changed my business. I made more money, I was more productive, and on top of that, I had more time. In this video, I'm going to break down the 4 tasks that I use that grew the revenue within my business, lead the team, and build a long-term brand. And I'm going to show you how to shift your mindset into that today. If you're stuck doing low-value tasks within your business or your agency, it will never scale. These 4 leverage tasks are the reasons why we are making more money, closing more clients, building a fantastic team, and overall growing the business. Right now, we've had consistent 10K a month, and that's while I've been working a full-time job. We're now scaling for this month to 25K a month. So first off is your client acquisition strategy. This is the thing that's going to bring you consistent appointments in. And I really struggled with this, I'm going to be honest. This was the thing within the business that caused the most issues for me from the get-go. A lack of client acquisition. And I'm going to talk you through today how to fix this in your business or in your agency. Because if you fix this one thing, the rest of these steps are so simple and so easy. So the first thing you need to do is you need to decide on your offer. If you haven't read Alex Mosey's $100 million offers, then you need to read that through. Create your irresistible offer. If you can get it as close to what the client wants as possible, like for us, ours is revenue based. If you can get it as close to the client and the desires of the client as possible, you're onto a winner, and it's going to be easy closes. The only downside to that is sometimes it's harder to deliver because you're relying on partly them to be able to make some part of the money as well. However, that being said, you can make anything happen, you can do anything you want. And so the first thing is making your irresistible offer. The second thing from here is having a client acquisition system. This is where stuff's gonna suck. And I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Stuff gets hard before it gets easy. And you know what I'm gonna say. If you've known me for a while and you've watched my videos, there's only one client acquisition system in B2B that you should be doing. Now, if you're B2C, DMs when you're starting out, but you need to make sure you pick up the phone. If you are doing B2B, business to business, you need to cold call. You will book more meetings from cold call and also going to your local area and going into businesses in person. The more meetings you book is the more opportunity for you to make more money, but also get more experience and change their lives. Change these business owners' lives because some of them have no clue what you are capable of. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like, you'll suck at the start. It's just the way it is. I still suck now, in my opinion, but I'm better than what I was, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but that's the fun of it. And so acquiring clients, you need to be cold calling if you are B2B, and if you are B2C, DM setting. Now, if you would like scripts on this, drop a comment below, and I can give you a full Google Doc that's going to give you the whole scripts for B2B or B2C, if you're cold calling or if you're DM setting. Now, these 2 things within client acquisition are so key to being high leverage. Build your offer, do your outreach, and book meetings. It's as simple as that. There's nothing else that needs to be done to acquire the meetings. Then we're going to get to the sales side of stuff. Now, the next thing that's pushed my business on to scale to 25K a month this month is all about hiring and leadership. You cannot lead a team if you do not walk the walk and say what needs to be done, first off. You need to be a role model to these people. A good leader is somebody who they all look up to and they respect, but they can also have a genuine conversation with. And hiring, if you want to know my hiring funnel, take a look at the previous video. That has an extensive amount of information on hiring. It's on week 49 of scaling my business to 100K a month. But I'm going to talk more about leadership in this one, because for you to be able to deliver results for your clients, for your team, and get the right people through, you need to present yourself in a way that is not your former self. And what do I mean by this? We've all got different versions of ourselves. We've got Sam 1.0, Sam 2.0. Sam 2.0 is who I'm trying to become. And Sam 1.0 will always try and come back and say, don't do this, don't do that. For example, last couple of days I've been putting off doing recording. I've worked on other tasks. Sam 1.0 has come back in and said, don't do the recordings today. Instead, work on this stuff, the easier stuff. And I've let him come back in. That's the truth. I'm not going to lie to you guys about it. And so you need to fight off the 1.0 version of yourself and develop into the 2.0. Because once you get to 2.0, then you get to the 3.0 and so on and so on and so on. And you keep progressing. Because people will see that, your team will see that, they'll be motivated. And you genuinely want the best for people. If you genuinely care about your clients and you genuinely care about your team, they will give you the world. They will do whatever they can to make sure that they go above and beyond the results. And so that's the first thing. But the second thing to do with leadership is setting clear and actionable expectations. You need to be hitting this number every day. You need to be booking this amount of meetings. You need to make sure that you fill out this data every single day. Now, there's two ways of doing this. Obviously, there's the people that do this, and then you also need to make sure that you are keeping on top of these people, messaging them, but making it very clear that I'm not messaging you to check in on stuff. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm messaging you to make sure that you're on task with stuff. If you need any help or support with anything, then let me know. Because at the end of the day, you want to be there for these people to keep them, number one, on your side, but number two, so they're also developing, get better. Because when people feel like they're getting better, getting pushed and progressing, they're going to want to stay in the business for longer, and they're also going to want to do more for you. Now, the next thing is personal branding / content creation. This was huge. Organic content. I now post on my business. I have a business YouTube account where I do specifically 2 YouTube videos a week, all about how gym owners can make more money, lead nurturing ads, anything like that. And then the second thing on top of that, we are posting a reel a day on the business page on Instagram and on Facebook. Personal branding and content is so important because the more proof that you show and the more authority you show within your niche that you can deliver results, you know what you're talking about, you know what you can deliver, all of this stuff, oh my word, it's gonna be a game changer for you. Because if they are stuck between 2 people, one person has an amazing brand, has all the proof in the world, has tons of content, and then one doesn't have that, but they've both done the same stuff, which one's gonna win at the end of the day? I mean, I've got a story about this. I had a client message me not too long ago saying how amazing our Instagram page has changed completely and how good it looks now. And we've also had previously other people mention that it's really, really bad and it's not good, and even recently as well. And hey, look, these people are entitled to their opinions, but you need to try and improve your brand and your look as much as possible, because back in 2018, 2019, this stuff didn't matter, but proof is everything at the end of the day. So you need to show your authority, your proof, and people will come through organic eventually. And those people that come through organic, the close rate is going to be way higher. So long-term game with content, build out a personal brand / a business page that you're going to post content on that's going to allow you to reach out to these people and give them as much value as possible. Now, whenever I do content now, recently I've learned from going through some content courses, you follow a very simple 3-step system. Proof, promise, plan, and then your step-by-step of what you're going to break down in the video. Simple as that. And if you notice with the latest videos that I've been doing, that's the same thing. Proof, promise, plan, and then from there, it's just the 3, 4, 5, 2 steps that it takes to get to that situation or that position. Simple as that. Finally, the thing that's helped me to grow and scale the business by focusing on high leverage tasks has been systems thinking and delegation. Now, what does this actually mean first off? Well, systems thinking, very simply put, is building out automations using AI, all of this stuff, building out systems or standard operating procedures that are going to save you time. And then the second thing from this as well is delegation. Delegating tasks that you know are just not worth your time. And so, for example, hiring a VA to do certain things, or finding someone who can complete a certain task for you. Fiverr is great for this, by the way. If you want to acquire talent that just do the odd task, find people on Fiverr, record a loom for them. Don't do anything other than writing a description. Record a very specific loom about something very specific that you need, and then get them to complete that task. If you record a loom and you make it very clear on what they need to be doing, they'll do it every single time. If you type it, it's not going to happen. So that's a little hack for you. Record a loom, but make sure your face is in the loom as well, because that's more personable. People will trust you more and want to do it for you as well. So what have I actually removed from my day-to-day to save me the time? Number one, be able to delegate tasks, build out systems. Well, first thing I've removed all the fluff, the things that I thought were adding value to my life but weren't. A prime example of this is, for example, emails. I now get a VA to do emails. Don't get me wrong, I check my emails like in the evening, stuff like that. But a lot of the stuff now, I outsource. One of my points there is building out an insanely good resource on objection handling. I'm learning tons of stuff through some courses and then getting some people to create resources for me from that. And these are all things that I'm going to implement and do, because if I implement and do this stuff, it's going to accelerate the business, but also I'm able to work on the really high leverage tasks like recording content. And then at the same time, I've got somebody doing other stuff for me over here. I'm getting more for my time. And that's what you need to start thinking like if you are wanting to grow and scale your business further. Now, want to know how to scale your business further and make more money within your business? Watch week 49 of the SMA journey. It's linked here. That will break down the 3 most important things that I've learned from the week and how you can implement them into your agency or your business. If you like the video, guys, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Up to you. I'm not going to force you to. So guys, as always, remember, we always need to take action.